I'm super excited about the Pantry Staples Summer Challenge going on right now that this video is a part of. Today I'm going to be making some mint chocolate chip ice cream. And Rachel over on That 1870s Homestead is going to be making ranch salad dressing mix. These are just two of a long list of recipes that we've been sharing with you. Definitely check out the link in my description, and you can even go enter the giveaway. It's a whole bunch of great stuff that will really up-level your pantry, especially the grass-fed beef and the dehydrator. Good stuff, guys. So join me. I'm going to go down to the garden on this really hot day, and I'm going to pick some mint to use for my ice cream. Normally, I wouldn't be cutting it right now because it is the heat of the day, but the things that we do for the name of YouTube. So good news, when I got down here, I realized that my mint is in the shade. So that's perfect because I'm not gonna upset it too much by cutting off a bunch of it in the heat of the sun. So I want 4 cups of this. I'm just totally gonna estimate. And you don't have to have fresh mint. You can of course use dried mint. I have plenty of dried mint inside that I could use from last summer, but I figure why, that's kind of going to twice the effort. Like I went to the work to dry it, that I could use it when I don't have fresh mint, right? But if I have fresh mint available, why not use that? Because it doesn't need that extra step of drying it. I love having mint for my garden because I will use it to deter pests in my garden. And I will simply cut up some as I walk along any plant that I want to deter the squirrels and the mice and the chipmunks from eating. I'll just cut off some mint as I go, and the smell of the mint totally deters the rodents, and they don't come and nibble on the things I don't want them to nibble on. So that's an extra bonus of growing mint. But because I use it that way, I have a lot of it. So I definitely have plenty to get 4 cups for today's recipe. I grow this batch of mint in an old wheelbarrow. Mint is very invasive. It will easily take over your garden, so definitely grow your mint in a container. I have another old barrel over here. We actually uncovered this in the woods on our property one year, but it's great for mint, and this one has apple mint in it. The one I'm clipping today is simply regular old peppermint. This container has orange mint in it. Here's some more orange mint in a pot right near my kitchen door. And this is chocolate mint. This is also near the kitchen. I use the orange, the chocolate, and the apple for different taste profiles in my tea blends that I make. And then the regular peppermint I love to use for things like what I'm doing today. Okay, back inside. I just rinsed out my blender. I do need to use the blender for this because I want to make sure the mint leaves are going to get all chopped up. If you're using dried mint and you're crushing it really finely yourself, you don't necessarily need a blender. You can just use a whisk and a bowl. But I had just used this for an iced coffee, so it was a little dirty, so I just rinsed it out. It's good to go now. And I'm gonna add my mint. You don't have to be fancy about it. You can just pull them off the branches, such. Like I said, dried is totally fine. Mint extract is totally fine. I should do a video on making mint extract. I don't think I've done that, but that's a great thing to have on hand. I like adding mint to brownies and cookies, all kinds of baked goods, but I think this might be my favorite thing to do with it. By the way, the fastest way to get mint leaves off of the stem, I take off the top ones so you have something to hold on to up there, and then you just rub your hand down it. Now I'm not measuring if this is actually 4 cups. I've done it enough times that I feel pretty comfortable with this amount. If it's a little more minty than usual, that's fine. If it's a little less, that's fine too. But the recipe that I wrote, that I will put in the description, it calls for 4 cups fresh or 2 cups dried. Or the right amount of a handful is good too. obviously the most time-consuming part of the recipe. Of course, you do have to leave it in the ice cream machine for 20 minutes. So I guess that's really the most time-consuming. But this is the most hands-on, time-consuming part of it. It's actually a very quick and easy recipe. I will put my other favorite homemade ice cream recipe in the description as well. That is a maple ice cream. Now this ice cream does have maple in it, but you don't really taste the maple. Of course, what you're tasting is the mint. My blender, wondering how much I have. That's probably 1.5 to 2 cups. So I might be under 4 cups here, but it'll be good. Definitely not going back out for more. I did not wash my mint before doing this. I know a lot of people would, and that's totally fine. I picked them off by hand, so I was looking at them as I'm picking them. So if there were any large bugs or spider webs, I would have seen it. And of course, I grew this from seed years ago. It comes back every year. It's a great plant. But since I grow it in my garden, I know it has no chemicals on it. Okay, so there's our mint. That's probably more like 1, 2, honestly, it might only be about 3 cups. I underestimated. There you have it. Okay, now it's time to add the milk and the cream. Now, I want to tell you that you can certainly use cream from the store and homogenized milk from the store, but I have milk from a local farm here, and this is what I'm going to use. Now, it has cream on the top and milk on the bottom. Is exactly 2 cups in this jar, and it's pretty much half and half. So I pretty much have a cup of milk and a cup of cream there. And now I'm looking here, you can see the cream line is even thicker on this one, and this is almost 3 cups. So I'm gonna go ahead and just shake them up, mix them all up, and use a total of 4 cups of the 2 of these. If you're using store-bought milk and cream, I would add the cream last, because the mint does take a little while to really get all ground up into pieces. But since this is what I have and what I want to use today, I'm gonna just be wild and crazy and put my cream in with my milk. Okay, so we need a total of 2 cups cream, 2 cups milk. I'm going to actually measure out 4 cups of this. This milk and cream has been in my fridge for over a week that I've been wanting to make this. So it is slightly, just a little bit curdled there, but that's fine. I need a teaspoon of vanilla, a teaspoon of salt. If you think my salt looks weird, then you haven't met Redmond salt yet, and I'd love to introduce you to it. I love it because right now I'm adding more than 60 trace minerals to my ice cream because this salt is so amazing and loaded with minerals. And I need 3/4 of a cup of maple syrup. A little less than that. There we go. Honestly, I usually just eye it, but I wanted to look official for the video. But I hate it when there's a little bit of maple syrup in there. For sugar makers, I want to use every single drop because I know how precious it is. So I'm going to set this aside and use it for my tea later. Now you just need to mix this up until all of your mint leaves are nicely crushed and fine. Okay, I brought my ice cream maker in from our back hall. The bowl we keep in the freezer in the back hall. And you do want to bring the bowl out at the last minute. If you brought it out when you started to mix all this up, then it would be getting too warm on you. Put your paddle in there correctly. Turn this on and add your deliciousness. So I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to work. I think my milk was too curdled. We will see. This makes me really sad. For two reasons. One, it's really hot out and I really wanted some of my favorite ice cream. But two, I failed you. This has been such a fun pantry challenge and I failed the challenge on the last round. I don't know yet. We'll wait. It takes about 20 minutes, so we'll come back and see. Okay, let's check. So I'm positive this is not going to mix correctly. It's just not going to turn into ice cream. It's just going to be slush. I'll probably figure out some use for it, but it's not going to be ice cream. While I wait to see the fate of the ice cream, I'm going to take my mint sticks down to the pigs. And there is a storm coming. I don't know if you can hear the thunder rolling, but we have a storm moving in. In fact, I might get wet before I get back in. Oh, there's a wonderful breeze. We haven't had a breeze in days. Wow. I hope it cools off with the rain. And the garden really needs the rain. So I hope it's a nice constant rain, not just a heavy downpour and then it's over. The garden will be very happy to have a good drink. Herbs are really good to add to a pig's diet. The pigs have been laying like this all day. It's so hot. They're gonna love this rain. Here guys, you want some mint? Let's see if they are willing to get up for it. You guys, you want some mint? Well, I'm gonna get in before the rain. I'm just gonna toss it their way. And the answer is no, he does not want to get up for it. The chickens are actually panting, they're so hot. I'll get you guys some fresh water. The rain has started, yay. You guys gonna come out? Been watering daily for 4 days now. And that gets old when you have 3 gardens. And this one especially, I've been babying and watering by hand with the watering cans. So it takes me 3 rounds of 2 watering cans full to make sure everything gets well watered. It can take like 45 minutes in the morning to get everything watered. So I'm so glad the rain is coming. And we're supposed to have it for the next 3 or 4 days. So yay. Okay, let's see. Ooh, I need to chop up the chips. Going to get some of the chips. I keep a lot of my pantry staples back here that I'm not using on a daily basis. These are the chips that I want to use. I'm so excited that the ice cream is working. There are little clumps of the cream, but that's okay. I'm going to use half cacao nibs and half of my chocolate chips. I like the cacao nibs because these are genuinely 100% real cacao, but the nibs come kind of big chunks and they're a little hard. You can eat them, but they're really, really crunchy, not like you expect for chocolate chips. So I'm going to crush these up. So I'm going to use half a cup of these and half a cup of my coconut sugar chocolate chips. Right. I don't want them too fine, but I don't want really big chunks left. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to put that in. This is so cool. And then half a cup of chips. I think that needs a little help. And I'm just going to leave that long enough for it to mix in. Okay, let's turn this off. And get a good look at what we have here. Like I said, there are little chunks in there from the cream that just was, I guess it just separated itself too much. But tastes delicious. It's not going to be a problem. I'm just going to put this in a bowl. You can eat it right now. It's a more of a soft served texture, but I like to put it in the freezer for about 20 or 30 minutes, and then it's a really nice consistency. The mint makes it a gorgeous green color, much better than artificial dyes make the mint ice cream you buy at the store. So there you have it, guys. Mint chocolate chip homemade ice cream. I'm so happy. It's cooling off with the rain outside, and this has me cooling off. Perfect. It has 0 refined sugars, guys. Just maple syrup, and then the chocolate chips are sweetened with coconut sugar. So win all the way around. Check out the recipe in the description. I also link in the recipe to where I source my ingredients, like these amazing chocolate chips that I highly recommend. And make sure you go to SolelyRested.com/makeit. That link is also in the description. Go check out all the other amazing recipes that are part of this collab, and definitely go enter that giveaway. So good.